So for those of you who don't know, I made 2 videos. One was talking about funny stories about my mom, and the other telling funny stories about my dad. So now my brother really wants one about him, and he won't stop bugging me. So I promised I would make one for him. So here's the video. Let's start at the very beginning. When I heard I was going to have a brother, I was excited. I don't remember why I was, but I was excited nonetheless. I remember the time when I first held him, when he was just a few minutes old. I was speechless. The only thing I could do was look at mom, look at the baby, and repeat for a few seconds. He was such a cute little baby, I wanted to hold him multiple times. Him being a part of my life was the best thing that ever happened to me. And then he started to speak, and that's when all hell broke loose. And I came to the realization, having a brother sucks. Of course, I don't think about that anymore, but at the time, that's exactly what I thought. He was super annoying, he knew how to push buttons, and he likes to make me mad. He used to hit me a lot, and I would tell my parents that he hit me, and they would say to my brother, "Don't hit him," and he responds, "Okay, I will." And when he says those words, he doesn't mean, "Okay, I will stop." It's, "Okay, I will hit him again." According to my parents, I was the perfect child. I didn't pitch a fit, I wasn't rowdy, and I was a world follower. The only time I would get in trouble was when I did something that I didn't know it was wrong. That's the type of child I was. But my brother awakened something in me. He was the key to my inner demons, and he opened a gate of my flaws. And that flaw was anger issues. Every time he was annoying, I would throw hands and give him the pain of my slaps. According to my friends and family, you never underestimate my slaps. Apparently I'm a good slapper, that I think I actually laid a mark on a kid when I was young. And the worst thing about that is, that happened to be the son of my mom's best friend. Yeah. So now that I gave you a description of my brother, let's move on to another funny story. This story takes place when he was about 2 or 3, and we were staying at this couple's house that was babysitting us while our parents went to work. We would call them Mama and Papa because they were like grandparents to us. I don't know what my brother did, but he did something wrong that Mama decided to spank him, and she whacked his buttocks. But the strangest thing happened. He didn't cry. He acted like he was immune to the spank. So she does it again. Nothing. I thought it was kind of funny because I've been spanked before, but they hurt. So it's weird that he acted like it didn't affect him. Years later, my brother told me that it did actually hurt. He just knew if he cried, they would continue to spank him if he did something wrong. Which, as a 3-year-old, that's pretty smart. The next story takes place in 2020. So when it came to quarantine, it didn't really affect me, except I couldn't go to conventions and I couldn't do theater. I'm an introvert, so I'm okay with being at home a lot. I could enjoy going to events, doing theater, and hanging out with my friends, but I was okay with just being stuck in my house for months. But my brother is an extrovert, and he needs to be around people, or he's going to freaking lose it. He literally went up to me at one point and said, "Seth, this quarantine is making me crazy. I'm getting to the point where I'm talking to myself at times. I'm losing my mind." And I'm like, yeah, that's me 24/7. I don't know what the problem is. Okay. I stepped way forward into the timeline of our lives. So let's step back into the past when me and my brother were in a Christian private school. My brother, as you can tell, was a troublemaker. But there was a time that he got in trouble from a misunderstanding. He was in Spanish class. I don't know the context, but she said, "You need to be," and pauses for a bit. And my brother thought she wanted the class to finish the sentence. So he said, "Quiet." And the teacher thought he was telling her to be quiet, and he got in trouble for that. He also got in trouble by telling one of my classmates that hated me for some reason by calling her a jerk for being mean to me, and she tattletaled on him. Another funny story that happened was when we were hanging out with our D&D group on Discord. And for some reason, Patrick, who's the guy with the glasses and bun from my D&D and Max, was talking about global warming, and my brother loves to push buttons and piss people off, and he wanted to make Patrick mad, so he knew what to say in that moment. He says, "I don't believe in global warming." Now, to be clear, this was a lie he told Patrick. He actually believes in global warming. He just knew that was something to say to piss off Patrick. He asked my brother why he doesn't believe in it, and my brother replied, "Because my dad told me." Again, He's just saying things to piss him off. Patrick's dumbfounded at this, and then he gets into this strange hypothetical about a bunch of people saying that there's cum in his sandwich, and that dad was saying there isn't cum in his sandwich. A very weird hypothetical, if you ask me. But that was so funny that he got so pissed at something that was an absolute lie. This last story isn't a funny story, but I like to end these videos with a story that shows something good about the person I'm talking about. As you can tell, my brother likes to say mean things to me just to tease me like most siblings do, but one day while we were heading home after a rehearsal for a play we were in, he said something shocking. He said, "You know, I've said mean things just to tease you, but honestly, I think you have the potential of doing great things." I don't remember ever hearing my brother say such kind words before, and it felt really good. When someone in your life says something nice, when they have said nothing but mean things about you, it really feels good, especially knowing for a fact that they were just teasing and didn't actually believe in the things that they said. Alright, it's time for compliments. When we were young, I don't think we got along as much as we do now. I mean, my brother is a person who's very annoying just for fun, and I was one with anger issues. So you could tell that it was very hard to get along. We didn't even have much in common. I'm more of a geek than him. But as we've gotten older, we definitely gotten along better than we usually have. We still get on our nerves, but we still get along. He's been more supportive of me, still teasing me like he normally does, but he does give compliments at times and wants what's best for me. We even give each other gifts on Christmas and birthdays, mostly gag gifts because we think it's funny for us to do that. When I was a child, I wish I never had a brother, but now I don't think that way anymore. So there you have it. Those are all the stories I wanted to share in this video. Hope you enjoyed. Now I'm going to end this video in some way. Hurrah! I guess.